They are making a difference out there. So if you get a chance to go to their website, it's a really good idea for you to do that. If you can make a contribution, that makes a difference as well. And let's talk about, how we can support people. Go to Vermont Right to Life via VRTL.net, New Hampshire Right to Life, NHRTL.org. These are three groups that are making a difference out there. So let's make sure we support them and do what we can. And any donation that you can make, I'm sure they will love that. And
Absolutely.
Let's support Of the People with Robert Chernin and Ericka Redic. How do we do that, Ericka? How do people support this program and this podcast?
That's a great question. You can, on whatever platform you are watching, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, Twitter, podcasts. Are you listening to us on a podcast? Wherever you're listening, you hit the thumbs up, the like, whatever it happens to be. Give us a rating. Tell the internet that we're super great. 5 stars only. That's an order. And share our podcast with somebody that you think would appreciate this content. You can send them a link via text. You can, send them a link via email and just say, hey, I really think you'll find this information fascinating. Particularly today's show, Jay. What a great resource having Mary and Jason on talking about the fight for the unborn. There's so many people out there who need to hear that. They need to hear this information, that they're not alone. So share it. Share it. And most importantly, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. You just click the little red button if you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, hit the bell so you receive all the notifications.
And just on a personal note, Robert will be back next week, I hope. I'm sure he's out saving the world, making a difference. He's nonstop energy, as is Ericka. I think they bring me on the show every once in a while so that I can calm things down a little because they have so much energy and so much excitement. But feel free, and I want to say this to people. I'm fairly active on Twitter, so if you want to follow me at JAY the Shepard 1 on Twitter. If you follow me on the next couple of days, I will follow you back. I try to follow back most people. There are some that I don't follow back because they're obviously crazy or they're trolls or they're attractive Asian women that, my wife doesn't really want me interacting with too much. I've been married for 38 years, so, So if you see the balance is a little off, the people I don't follow back are not the people who listen to this show and make a difference. So,
That's right.
I will follow you back over the next couple of days if you follow. So it's really important that you get engaged and get involved. And one of the takeaways that really hit me with what's going on here is we talk a lot about the life of the child. And of course, that is vital. That's so important. But the empowering of the women to have the opportunity to make real choice. And unfortunately, so many times the easy choice is abortion. And I think when you look at some of the pregnancy centers and the ability to get an ultrasound to know that it is a child, makes you really understand what the process is all about. Yeah. But one of the things that Jason said that, 2/3 of women didn't really want abortions. And I think we need to start talking more about women and empowering them. And you're out there talking to women all the time and you understand it. And it's a little bit different from a male perspective. I mean, it can come and go with a man, but with a woman, it's a lifetime. It's a major process.
Yeah. Well, and I can tell you, Jay, I'm one of those women that would not have gotten an abortion had I had the support and literally any human being in my life telling me to make a different choice. And I'm saying that not to be a cut on any of my friends or any of my family, but I think the most important thing that I've heard in either conversation today was what Jason said. He said, we have to change the culture. We have to change the culture because that was the case for me. I lived within a culture, Vermont, where Planned Parenthood has 1 million clinics and this is just blah, 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 right? you're inculcated into this culture that says that it doesn't really matter and it's not that big a deal, and promiscuous sex makes you empowered, and it doesn't matter if you're having sex with a loser who can't be the father or can't be a provider. Just do whatever you want because it's all about self-happiness and fulfillment and all the other bull crap that we feed people in today's culture. It's a lie. You will not be fulfilled by having more sexual partners. You will not be fulfilled by your career. I have a great career. I have a great job. I make great money. And I can tell you that at 46 years old, now that I cannot have children, my greatest regret is that I had an abortion. We have to stop lying to women, telling them that they are not capable, that they're not good enough, that being easy makes them empowered. It's a lie. And the fact that people don't have enough courage to say that out loud, that candidates won't say those things and admit those things, like that's the problem. You know, the majority of Americans are not for abortion up to the point of birth, and yet they run around saying nothing about it. It's our culture. It has to change. And I think that the work that Mary and Jason are doing is so important, just providing an opportunity for people to learn and grow, and find out the truth about abortions and abortion industry and pregnancy rather than the lies that our culture tells us.
Yeah. And go and take a look at, every nonprofit in this country has to fill out a Form 990. Check out these organizations. Find out the fact that Mary and Jason, I don't know if they get paid or how much they get paid or anything like that, but I do know the kind of money that these administrators and people at Planned Parenthood make. It's a huge amount of money. They don't invest $40 million with not expecting a return on that. And sometimes the sad part is, but it's a good part, people like Jason and Mary are investing their time, their caring, their dedication, and they're getting a return on their investment. We all need to be involved in that. We need to invest, whether it's financially or emotionally or just talking about the issues that these are children we're talking about, but also we need to talk about the women that are permanently affected by this. And I think you're a living example of that, Ericka, where, it's just one more challenge that we don't need to give women. We need to be there to support them, to make a difference, both financially, emotionally, because women are smart enough, they're strong enough, they're talented and capable enough to be successful in life with children. That's and right. To give them the ability to do something with their lives is not hindered by having a child. It may be different, but it is not hindered.
I mean, think about this, Jay. Think about growing up and the kind of things that you'd see on television or on the radio, like the media that you consumed. Can you have imagined, years ago when you first became a pro-life advocate, when you first started getting involved in politics, like, was it so anti-human back then? Was it so like, there's too many people, we just need to get rid of everybody, you know what, everyone sucks anyway, so why are you having, like, was it like this back then? Has it always been this way?
It has not been always this way. And the biggest part of it is the whole money involvement and the pervasiveness of lies and the ability to lie without having to live with that. And there's no moral compass these days where they will come out and, so much of this, like in New Hampshire, where their congresswomen and senators are saying, oh, abortions are banned. You can't have an abortion. People are hemorrhaging in the parking lots and the hospitals won't accept them. Annie Custer just came out and said that yesterday. What's a woman to do, in late term? They kick her out of the hospital and have her have a hemorrhage in the parking lot. They blatantly lie. They spread these things that are untrue, and they back it up with millions and millions of dollars. They did the same thing in Ohio. They've done it in Vermont. They've done it all over the country. And you're going to see there's going to be wars over some of these things in Florida coming up. And the lies in the untruths that are being told by the pro-abortionists is overwhelming, and it's hurting women. It's going to continue to hurt women. We know it hurts children, but they don't care.
Obviously. And do you think it's the increase in content and media? Do you think now, do you think it's like they're just able to lie in so many more places now and no one holds them accountable? Like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. I'm trying to make a complete sentence. Back when I was younger, we had 3 television stations, like 4 radio FM stations. Okay, there was no internet, there was no Google, right? There was no YouTube, there was none of this.
Wow, are you old?
It's true. I know. I look very young for my age, but so there was only so many avenues for information to even get to people. Now there's endless avenues of information to get to people. And you kind of can pick and choose and silo yourself so you never actually hear the truth or a different opinion. So is this just another case of the internet making everybody dumb and evil?
It's not just that. It's journalism. A couple of weeks ago, I had a person call me from a very well-known media source. And I didn't know who they were. And so I said to her, "Are you a journalist?" She says, "I'm a reporter." I says, "Well, I only want to have a conversation with a journalist that's going to give both sides equal treatment in all of this." And too much today is about commentary. It's about confirmation bias by liberal media that's out there that are going to say, this is what my belief is, and I'm going to go out and try to find a way of showing and reinforcing my values and my beliefs. So, I know we have to go very shortly, and this has been a very, very good show, I think. We've talked about an issue that's very, very important to me, and I think it's very important to you as well, Ericka. And, I want to greatly thank our guests, Mary Beerworth, who has been in the fight for a long time, and day after day, year after year, is making a huge difference in Vermont. And Jason, who I've just recently gotten to know a little bit better, who's doing the same kind of work in New Hampshire, and his work with both supporting pro-life politicians, but more importantly, what he's doing with the pregnancy health centers. And it's huge, and it is wonderful there. So that's all I have for today's show. Ericka, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I love Mary and Vermont Right to Life. Oh my gosh, what was the name of the pregnancy resource center that we visited? Aspire Health or Aspire Now, I think maybe in Chittenden County in Vermont. Yep, that's right. They are doing God's work, you guys. Go to their websites, donate to them. If you want to see babies being born, donate to them. If you want to see women and families having the support they need, instead of choosing abortions, fund the people who help them. Go donate. And also donate to ASIC. Yeah. Because it'd be cool if we could, support the people who support us.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Definitely. That's right. Like, share, and subscribe, and come back. See us again next week. And don't forget to catch us on the radio this Thursday. Yeah. All right, you guys. We will see you later.